One love to the humble, one love to the humble, one love to the humble. May grace and peace be multiplied unto you. Hey, I got a video request by the good brother Trey Day, and his request is, how did Assata Shakur influence me? Or did she have any influence on me in the way I think about, just the way I think? I believe this is what he's asking. But Assata Shakur, we all know she was a revolutionary, right? 1 minute it was a lot of women who were revolutionaries during that time. But she was one of the top ones because of the organization that she was with. She was with the Black Panther Party, so she did a lot of things for the Black Panther Party and for the betterment for what they were trying to do for the Black community at that time, which was real, which was needed. I'm not gonna say it wasn't needed. Those are things that was needed. Those are things that was going on. That was certain kind of Black people just not going to stand for, even though they wasn't like the most liked group out there. Just like people don't understand that nowadays they make this stuff, they emotionalize everything today, or sensationalize, or whatever way you want to say it, but they make it seem like these groups was loved. You got to understand, man, they was not loved back then. Some Black people just did not like them because of the way that things were going back then. Those groups were considered trouble. See, Black people were a prideful people back then. We wasn't like, I'm not saying we don't got pride today, but we different today than they was back then. A lot of Black people were not with stuff like that. They were not with Black Panther Party. They was not with the Nation of Islam. They just wasn't down with it. Then you see them people who was down with it, but most wasn't down with it. So they show you the videos, they show you all this stuff. Nowadays you look at it and it seemed like all Black people just was down. There wasn't. There was different classes of Black people. They say the same way today, but nowadays we more unified than you think we are, because we all think like the same. Back then, they didn't. All Black people wasn't this whole unity thing. It wasn't like that. Like they didn't. That's not the way it went down. It was an individual thing, and most Black people who were doing all right, they're like, nah, I wouldn't want nothing to do with that. It wasn't. It wasn't about that. So I know that might seem crazy. It might sound crazy. It might not make no sense, and I completely understand. But that's the way it was. But Assata Shakur did a lot of things. You can go look at her autobiography. Just look up what she was about. Now she ended up um, taking out a state trooper, and she got locked up. She escaped in 1979, and she went to Cuba, and she stayed there for 45 years until she passed away. To say did she influence me? I mean, she was already out of the United States by the time I was even old enough to understand what was up with her. She was already gone. But looking at her story, I would say her determination, her drive was very influential. Now, I'm not saying you got to go that route that she went, but I mean, those days of doing those type of things are over with. You can't move like that today. You're going to find yourself in a bad situation. Cameras are everywhere. Ain't no getting out of the country so easily like it was back then. But her tenacity and her strength and her will to succeed is what inspired me. Now, I'm not saying I want to be like her and do the things she did, but I'm just saying that if you take that drive and you put it into doing other things, you can still do other things for the community. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of great things you can do. And there'll never be another Black Panther Party like the original. It won't be like that again, because it's just, times are just not the same. You just can't get away with the things that you used to do back in those times. It's not like that anymore. Things have got tighter, security tighter. It's eyes everywhere. It's video cameras everywhere. You just can't move like that today. If you do put yourself out there today, it won't take long before you see a downfall a lot faster than they did. And they saw it fast too, but you just imagine how fast it'll be now. But today is, for me, I try to do things for the Black community. Years ago, I was trying real hard. I mean, I wasn't doing videos. I was actually trying. I was trying to set things up, trying to get some momentum. It's super duper hard to get that going amongst us, because we don't want to be a part of something We don't want to. We say we want to do something, but if we don't see the value of it right up front, then it's hard to get us going. And it's got to be. It can't be just us coming together. It's got to be an incentive. The incentive should be for the people you're trying to help. But a lot of times it ain't that simple. At least in my experience, it was not that simple. I mean, I set it up. People say they're gonna be there. They don't show up. What are you supposed to do when the people you're trying to help don't even show up when they say they will? So it's kind of hard. Then you find yourself. The only way I see it working is I got to go out here. I can't go to the people I'm trying to help them. I got to go and go against directly to the system for people to start backing me. But then they only gonna back me. They're not going to stand beside me. They're not gonna go up there with me. They're gonna say, okay, yeah, you out front. So now we'll support you from a distance. See, that ain't what I'm trying to do. And nobody should be trying to do that. You're not gonna win like that. You can't go against the system and win. I don't care what type of group you got. If you ain't got the funding, you're not gonna last. And to help the community, you want to be able to go out there to the community and go directly to them and help them. But you can't do it because they don't want to put the work in, but they want to receive all the things you got to give, but they don't have nothing to give you back. But when you go out there and you put your neck on the line, they'll say, "Oh yeah, you go up to the courthouse and you march and you do all this. You going directly to the people. They'll promote you. They'll support. They won't be there to support you like right there, but they'll do it from a distance. But they'll never come up beside you and say, "Let's go take this together." They'll watch you go out there and do it, and then when you get locked up or your life is over, then they'll say, "Oh, he was a great person. You did all these great things," but they never stood beside you in the physical. They do it from a distance, from afar. They don't. That's not how we don't move like that as a community. Not anymore. It's hard to organize us on some. Let's go and do this. They want you to do it while they watch, and they want you to risk it all while they watch you risk it all. You see what I'm saying? Because there ain't no retirement for that. It's just trouble. So I commend her for her efforts and the things she did and the level she took it to. But you see what happened to her in the end. Nobody cared. She had to move out of the country and she wasn't even talked about again. Nobody even knew she existed. Most of the people born now ain't even 45 years old. She was gone for 45 years. Most of the people didn't even know who she was. That name sound familiar because they heard that Shakur on the end, so they automatically probably connected that to Tupac because it is a connection. But as far as me, I'm heavily influenced by her tenacity, her will, her drive, and things like that. I even was inspired by them to do things for the community, but the community didn't support. They looked the other way, and then I started realizing something about people of today. It's we got too much. We too comfortable, and you can't ask a comfortable person to look at the situation that we have and try to fix it because they like it don't affect me, and then the people who in it, they really don't care one way or the other. They'll take it if you do it, but that's about it. They're not really motivated by it. So it's got to be like huge propaganda to get them to move. And it was easy to get them to move back then because it was real tough. It was real hard. Things were tough, so they had to be the way they were. But as we get more and more things get thrown our way, it's harder to get people to move. But we still in the same situation. We need to fix our own. Nobody's coming to do it. You can't go beg somebody to give you something. You can't beg people to give you what you ask. I mean, like if somebody's in charge of you, the people who are in charge, you can't beg them to give you something that they already gave you. You got to what you got to do is create it for yourself. That's how you have something. You can't beg them for it. They're not gonna give it to you. You got to make it happen for yourself. And the way you do that is everybody unite and help each other come up. But see, you can't do that with us because with us, we gonna look at it like it's like you crazy, and then we're gonna try you. You try to come be nice, try to look out. One of us gonna scam you. Like, what are you doing, man? I'm trying to help you. Nah, you can't help me. You say you don't want, you want to be helped, you want to be brought out of a situation, but as soon as somebody try to do it, you turn right back around and scam them or do something to them and backdoor them. Now what? Now what? Now what you got? But then you turn around and say, "Oh, ain't nobody doing that for us. They don't like us." Well, your own kind try to help you, and you turn your back on them. Now, how is that going to work? It don't work. But anyway, peace to Assata Shakur. Hope she's resting well. And she was very inspirational. She didn't have much time to do a lot, but she did what she had to do. Y'all take care. And I'll get y'all in the next video.